Okay, we've got a couple of people join us via Zoom today. And 7 people, Francie, here in the room. She says hello. Hola. Everyone says hello. All right, let's get started lying on our backs with knees up. Just come to a little quiet place right there. Take a few moments. Feel your breath. And let's remind ourselves here that breath is the energy for our yoga practice. And if you'd like to set an intention for your practice today, you can do that now. Take a couple more breaths right here. Enjoying the last few quiet moments. Now let's bring one knee into the chest. Hold the shin and bring the other knee in. Now open your arms out to the side. Take an inhale here and exhale both knees over to the right. Inhale to bring the knees back up. And then exhale over to the left. Inhale, knees come back up. And then exhale to the right. Inhale up. And exhale to the left. And back up, and we'll take one more twist to the right. Exhale. Inhale up. And last one to the left. And knees come back up. And hold behind your knees and give a couple of rocks up to a seated position. Cross your legs. Let's take an inhale and reach up. And exhale. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, drop your arms, drop your chin. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. Inhale, back up. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms to the ceiling and press up. And then exhale your hands back down. Inhale your hands to your heart. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms forward. And then inhale to take the palms to face the ceiling. And exhale down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale to press forward. Inhale up to the ceiling. And exhale down. Now let's take the right hand over to the left knee. Take a little twist right there. Then we'll turn forward and take the left hand over to the right knee. Same thing. And forward. Let's plant the right hand. Inhale that left hand up and over, reaching over toward the right. Now staying in this side bend, take your right hand and reach over to the left knee. So we're just kind of deepening the side bend, continuing to reach overhead. And we'll lift back up and bring both hands out to the side. Now slide your left hand out. Inhale the right hand up and over. Staying here just a moment, and then when you're ready, reach your left hand over toward the right knee, creating a little push-pull. One more inhale and exhale, both hands down. Let's plant the hands right in front, palms down, index fingers facing forward, and then swing your knees underneath your hips. Bringing your spine to a neutral position with the shoulders over the hands or wrists. Inhale to take your heart forward, lift your gaze slightly. Exhale to round your spine. Inhale, open up. Lean forward just a little bit. And then as you exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin, and ease your hips back to your heels. Inhale, back up to hands and knees, sliding smoothly into lifting your heart and looking forward. And then exhale, tuck your chin, round your spine, sit your hips back. One more time, we'll lift up to hands and knees. Shift your weight forward slightly. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. And then exhale all the way back. Last time. We'll lift back up to hands and knees. Tuck the toes down and back. Lift the hips up for downward facing dog. Press back. Lift your hips as high as you're able. Make an upside down V. Bring your head between your biceps. We'll press one heel down to the mat. Bend the opposite knee. And now we'll lift both heels and change sides. And then we'll settle back in the center, downward facing dog. Look up between the thumbs. Take a few steps and walk to the top of the mat. Setting your fingertips down on the mat and bending the knees to make that accessible if necessary. We'll take a little forward fold. So let's fold in over the thighs. Let your head and neck completely relax. Inhale to slide your hands up your shins. Elongate your spine. Reach out. And exhale to fold forward. Let's do that again. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale to fold. This time we'll reach all the way up overhead on the inhale. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms to the ceiling. Take a little side bend to the right. And inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up and fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, fold. Let's do that again. Bend the knees slightly. Inhale, reach all the way up overhead. And hands to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Interlace the fingers. Turn the palms inside out. And side bend to the right. And then reach up. Side bend to the left. And reach up. Fold forward. Inhale, hands on the shins. Exhale to fold. Plant the fingertips or the palms and step both feet back to plank pose. So option to lower your knees in plank if you like. Take a nice big inhale and exhale slowly to the mat. Tops of the feet down on the mat. Inhale, lift up, cobra pose. Roll your shoulders down and back. Exhale down. Let's do that again. Inhale for cobra. And exhale down. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Push up to hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Now look up between your hands. Take a couple of steps and walk all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, roll all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale up. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms up. Side bend to the right. And up. And to the left. And up. And forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step to plank, and lower down. Inhale for cobra, just one cobra this time. Exhale down. Push to your hands and knees. Downward facing dog. Inhale to press back. Lift your hips. Exhale to step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Roll all the way up on the breath in. And exhale, hands to your heart. One more time through, just like that. Inhale, interlace the fingers. Press the palms up. Side bend to the right. And up. Breathe out as you bend. And come back up. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, step to plank. Lower all the way to the mat. Inhale for cobra. Exhale down. Push to tabletop or child's pose, whichever one you like. Then downward facing dog. Inhale to lift your hips and press back. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Fold forward. Bring your insides of your feet together. Inhale up for chair pose. Exhale to sit a little lower and bring the elbows down toward your ribs. Inhale to stand all the way up. And fold forward, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale, lower the elbows, sit a little lower. Inhale to stand all the way up. And fold forward on the exhale. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, long spine. Fold forward. Chair pose, reach up. Sit low. Stand all the way up, breathe in. And fold forward. Lengthen the spine. And fold. Let's plant the fingertips and step the right foot back. Spin that right heel down. Now you can come up to warrior one a couple of ways. You can put your hands on your thigh and give a push, or you can just reach out and rise on up. So whichever one works today. Reach both arms up. In warrior one, we're seeking, and the first one's always we're always a little stiff because it's quite a twist, but we're wanting to turn the hips and the shoulders to face the top of the mat. There's a lot going on in the hips here. Inhale and exhale, bring both hands down, spinning the right heel up, and then step the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, long spine. Exhale to fold. This time we'll step the left foot back, spin that heel down, and lift on up, warrior one. Staying here just a few breaths, getting the feel of it on this side. We'll do a few more warrior ones today. One more breath. Breathe in and exhale down. Now we'll step to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, all the way down. Inhale for cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, press back. And exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, fold. Plant the fingertips and we'll step that right foot back. Inhale, warrior one. So if you were here Tuesday, there'll be some similarities from Tuesday's class to today. This one's going to be a little lower key. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, open out, warrior two. Bringing left hand forward, right hand back. And let's look right down the left fingertips. Couple of breaths right here. Inhale. And then exhale all the way down. Spinning that right heel up and step the right foot to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold and step the left foot back. Warrior one, reach for the ceiling. Bending into your right knee. Inhale to reach. And exhale, open out, warrior two. Couple of breaths here. Keeping that nice bend in the right knee. Looking right down the right arm. Left pinky presses down to the mat and back. Inhale. And then exhale all the way down. This time spinning the left heel up and we'll step back to plank pose. Lower down to the mat. Press up for a little back bend. Downward facing dog. We'll add on to our little flow here. Inhale, press back. And exhale, step to the top of the mat. Lengthen your spine. And fold. Step the right foot back. Lift up, warrior one. Open out, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. So you're reaching your left hand over toward the back of the room, taking a long side bend all the way down the left side. Couple of breaths here. We have a tendency sometimes when we take a reverse warrior to straighten out the knee in front. Let's make sure we keep that nice generous bend in the knee. This is where we get the hip opening in this pose. One last inhale, reach back and exhale all the way down. Step the right foot up. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Step the left foot to the back of the mat. Reach up, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse, warrior. This time reaching the right hand over toward the back of the room, feeling all the space between the ribs on the right side. Maintaining the bend in the right knee. One more breath. Inhale to reach. And exhale all the way down. Step back to plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Up, dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Inhale as you press back and step to the top of the mat. Lengthen the spine and fold forward. And step the right foot to the back of the mat. Warrior one, rolling back through these same three poses, and then we'll add on. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Come back to warrior two. Straighten your left leg and turn the left toes toward the mirror. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Now place your fingertips down and inhale as you come about halfway up. Turn the heels in and the toes out. Put a little bend in the knee and lift up, keeping the knees bent to the degree that is good for you. So you can sit really low if you want. You can take it up a little higher. Find what is good for your hips and your legs, because we stay here for a few breaths and we begin to notice our legs are really working. Let's keep the femur, the thigh bone, the tops of the feet and the toes all going the same direction. Now inhale, reach up, interlace those fingers, press to the ceiling, and maybe sit just a little bit lower. And then lift back up. Open your arms out to the side, straighten your legs. And we'll turn the left toes toward the mirror, right toes to the back of the room, and bend into the right knee. So we find ourselves in warrior two again. Inhale and exhale all the way down to the mat. Spinning the left heel up. Now step to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Now we'll step the left foot to the back of the mat. Inhale. Warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And back to warrior two. Straighten into your right knee. Turn those right toes. Take an inhale here and fold forward. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. We'll turn the heels in, toes out again, put a little bend in the knee, and roll up to stand, keeping the knees bent. All right, let's inhale, reach up overhead. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms to the ceiling, press the palms up and sit a little bit lower. One more, inhale and exhale. And then straighten the legs, open the arms out. Turn your right toes toward the mirror, left toes toward the front. Bend into the left knee. And exhale all the way down. Step back to plank pose. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift your heart. Downward facing dog. Now tuck your chin and roll out to plank pose. So we're going to add in a little core work, little upper body work here. You're always able, anytime you want to lower your knees to your mat for your plank if you want to. Press back up, downward facing dog. Tuck the chin, roll out to plank pose. And back up to downward facing dog. So you may notice what I'm doing. I'm getting my stopwatch ready. We're going to do a timed plank pose. Let's go for a minute. All right. Tuck your chin, roll out to plank. Lowering the knees in plank if you like. Otherwise, let's keep our arms strong, shoulders over the tops of the hands. So we're doing a little bit of an anterior pelvic tilt. That means you're kind of pulling the belly button in a little bit toward your spine. Pushing through the hands, rounding through the shoulders so we get lots of space between the shoulder blades. We're past the halfway point, guys. Almost there. Keep breathing. 15 more seconds. Breathe. Push through your hands. Lift through your belly. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the knees. All right, let's go back to child's pose. Always good to challenge ourselves a little every now and then. It helps us grow and it keeps us humble, right? From your child's pose, reach your fingertips out towards the top of the mat. Reach out long. Let's come up onto the fingertips. Extend both arms so your elbows are lifted and your palms are lifted. And see if you can take your ears down between your biceps. Now lower the palms, lower the elbows, relax the arms. Slide the hands in. We'll come to tabletop. Now from here, I'd like for you to slide your hands out away from your knees. We're going to keep our hips high, so it's going to be similar to what we just did, only the hips are high. So what this will allow you to do is go a little farther into the shoulder joint as you lower your chest down toward the mat. Maybe you set your chin or your forehead down on the mat. Kind of like a downward facing dog on the knees. If your shoulders are super open, you may find that your chest comes down to the mat. Now let's set our forehead down on the mat and slide your hands in. Come back up to hands and knees. Walk your knees in toward your wrists. Cross the ankles and sit behind your feet. Let's extend both legs out. Inhale, spine long. And exhale, fold, bending slightly into the knees. Tuck your chin and roll back up. Let's take the right foot, cross it over, outside the left leg, and then bring the left elbow across and take a little twist. Supporting yourself in back with your right hand and sitting up as tall as you're able. Let's turn forward. Take your hands on this right lower leg, one on the ankle, one outside the knee. So we'll lift up this lower leg, and to whatever degree works for you, we'll pull the lower leg up and in. So this is going to allow us to go into this hip and glute stretch a little bit deeper. Option to bring the knee and the foot inside the elbows and hold your lower leg kind of like a baby. This can also allow you to pull it in a little closer. We'll take a couple of breaths right here. Now let's release this right lower leg just enough. We want to still hold it in and bring the left lower leg in so that the shin is parallel with the top of the mat and the foot is flexed. And then when you're there, we'll set this. This is going to be different than when we sit in a simple cross-leg position, because I want you to try to stack ankle on top of knee and knee on top of ankle here. So as you begin to open your knees out, you really start to feel this in your hips, especially the one on top. So let's keep the feet flexed and feet stacked, knees and feet stacked. Everyone is a little different in this posture because everyone's hips are different. So if you're stacked and your right knee is down pretty close to your left foot, you can begin to fold in if you want to. It's completely optional. If you're folded in, begin to walk your hands back in. All right, option to stay right where you are, or if you want to go in a little bit deeper, begin to walk your feet out to the sides and bringing the knees to stack right in the center. So this is going to go in even deeper into that hip and glute of the leg on top, the right side right now. So as you walk your feet out, you may want your heels in close to your hips. Now find the position. This is going to put a little bit less of a stretch than bringing the feet way out here. Whatever we're doing here, we're seeking to try to stack the knees and sit the right hip down equally. So same pressure on both sides here. Because anytime we're internally rotating like this, we have a tendency to rock over and lift this hip. Let's see if we can sit it back down. If you ever have piriformis syndrome, I've got a friend with that right now. This is the greatest thing. One more breath here. Now let's ease our legs back out to an extended position right in front. All right. Center back up. And let's do all of that for the other hip. This time we'll take the left foot across outside the right. Bring your right elbow over. Kind of hook it right there and we'll take a little twist. That was my spine popping, if you heard that. Felt good. And slowly turn back around toward the front. Keeping this leg where it is, take your hands on the underside of the knee and ankle or the foot, and we'll pull this lower leg up and in. And then option to use the insides of the elbows. So this does all of the great things of pigeon pose from a seated position. Even really when you bring your knees to stack at the end, it's kind of a deeper stretch than pigeon pose is even. I don't do pigeon pose a whole lot because it's this same thing, only you've got your body weight down on this bent leg, and I worry about everyone's knee. This way, you've got some options. You can release or pull. All right, inhale. And release this top leg just enough that you can bring the bottom leg in. Flex the foot and place the shin about parallel with the top of the mat. And then we'll ease the top of this, we'll ease this left leg down on top, stacking knees and ankles. We want to stay here long enough to get the benefit of this, but I don't know about you guys, but the bones in my feet start to press into the meat of my leg right there. Kind of want a little pad right there in between. And like we did before, if you want to fold in a little bit, completely optional, you can do that. sometime in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be posting some, well, it's a movement challenge, I'm calling it, 8-day movement challenge. I'm going to be posting it on our Phillips Fitness Family group page for the Y. So there'll be a different short video every day, 3 to 5 minutes of different movements. This is one of them for either hip mobility or hip strength. So the whole 8 days is focusing on hips. I made all my videos yesterday. All right, let's walk hands back in. And this last option is to walk the feet out away from one another, pulling the heels in close to your hips or sliding them out. Find what works. What we're seeking to do is stack the knees as much as we can and sit the left hip down. Traditionally in yoga, this is called Goma Kasana. And in addition, and I didn't teach it this way today, but in addition to the crossed legs, we take those arms, these kinds of arms in this pose. I mean, I figure the arms are optional. There's a lot going on in the legs right now. Couple more breaths right here. So the 8-day challenge will just be a fun thing if you want to try and do, if you want to do 1 or 2 of them or do all of them, repeat them more and more and more, or just do a little bit. I'm just throwing it all out there so that people will have options to work on hips. So many people have tightness in their hips, and it causes low back pain, other kinds of issues. All right, let's ease these legs back out to an extended position right in front. Come back to center. And then slide your feet in, soles of the feet together, open the knees out. So this is counter movement to what we just did, rotating the hip joint the other way. And now bring the knees in, hold behind the knees, and roll back onto your back. If you're joining us through Zoom, I'm turning the lights down low right now. All right, guys, let's pull one knee and then the other into your chest. Now extend your arms and turn your thumbs down so the backs of the hands are together. And then reach both hands in between your knees and then down underneath the soles of your feet. So we're going to curl our fingertips under our feet. Yes, yes, yes. Now, keeping the knees deeply bent, just simply turn the soles of the feet up to face the ceiling with lots of space between the feet and the knees. Tucking those knees in close to your arms. A little bit more counter movement. And take a couple of more breaths right here. And then ease the knees back to center. Let's drop one foot down behind the hips, then the other. Open your arms out to the side. Nice big inhale. And then drop both knees over to the right. I'm seeking to keep the left shoulder down toward the mat. And turning your head to face the left if you want to, if that feels okay for your neck. Now roll back to the back of your head if you are looking left, and lift the knees back up. Center yourself back up. Bring your hips to the midline of your mat. Take an inhale and drop the knees to the left on the exhale. Keeping the right shoulder down and turning to face right if you want to. Roll back to the back of your head and lift the knees back up. Step your feet in a little closer to your hips and bring your feet hip width apart. Slide your hands in. Reach down for your heels. Take an inhale to press your low back down. Exhale to lift both hips up for bridge pose. One more breath, inhale. And then lower down slowly. Now relax your arms. Slide one leg all the way out, then the other. Close your eyes if you like. Bring your awareness back to your space. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Reach your arms out overhead for a nice big long stretch. Bend your knees, plant your feet, rock your knees side to side. And then when you're ready, let your knees fall all the way over to your favorite side. Resting your head on your arm. Extend your top leg long. Push yourself up to a simple seated position. Resting the hands on the knees, we'll take one nice big cleansing breath right here. Inhale through your nose. And exhale. Inhale to reach overhead. And exhale, hands to your heart. Blessings. So glad you guys were here today. Glad you were here, Francie. Well, I think she checked out already. She could have. Actually, I think I saw her moving around over there. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.